Hi everybody, so I'm going to try to do a quick Dollar Tree haul tonight because it is nighttime right now. So this is basically just stuff for my miniature dollhouse. I've been into working on that lately, trying to get the shell of it done. It's funny, it feels like I'm always making progress, but then I have to go and undo the progress I made, and that's a whole other, it's a whole mess. But anyway, so let me just jump into the haul. So my main reason for going to Dollar Tree was because of these little, let me find the specific ones, these little sticker tile things right here. I feel like I've probably shown these in a previous video, or in a past Dollar Tree haul video, where I got the black and silver ones, and I also bought some that were different colors. I have yet to see the different colored ones again, but I was going to go back and get some more of these because I was thinking these would make a nice little tile floor for one of the rooms in my dollhouse. And also I recently, this is not from this haul, but this is from another haul that I did, like, well, I didn't film, but another trip to Dollar Tree about a week ago. But I found these tile stickers, which these are like similar in color, but of course there's different sizes. And then there's this one that looks like it's, well, there's several of these, but that has that marble looking texture to it. And I can't figure out if the background is naturally like a off-white background, or if it's because it's transparent and that's just how it's showing up. Like if I put it over, say, a pink colored like pink piece of cardstock or something, if the pink would come through and it would still have like that, just that marbled look on top of it or not. I'm not sure, but anyway, these all have texture. So I was thinking, originally I was thinking, oh, these might be interesting for walls or something, but then I got to thinking it'd be better for like a floor, like make a pattern with these on the floor and using these to go with it, and, you know, like putting this in the middle of the floor or something, and then putting these, you know, around it. I don't know, we'll see. And then I also had got these in that previous shopping trip, which these are just little gold rub-ons, and some of these, like for these, like these smaller vine decorations. I'm getting distracted because I have a cat getting into things that he's not supposed to be getting into right now, and it's irking me. He knows better. Anyway, this might be nice, like on the wall of the doll, like on the wall in one of the rooms of the dollhouse. Like I'm thinking maybe like if I had like a dining room that had like a white or off-white wall, and then, you know, using these rub-on decals on it since they're that gold leaf look. So yeah, again, that was from another shopping trip. But so yeah, so the main goal was to get some more of these, which today I only found, if I can find, yeah, I only found 3 packs of this particular style. But while I was looking through them, I came across this style, which these are a little bit bigger. These are more close to, like, these are probably like 3/4 of an inch, you know, across. But these are probably closer to an inch. And these, they remind me of seashells, like almost like mother of pearl, but not quite. But they're just like metallic. So the bulk of them are like gold and copper, gold and bronze. There's some blue, teals, pinks and purples, just different shades, like metallic shades. And again, they're textured, but these would also make a neat tile floor. So I got 6 packs of these. Hopefully that'll be enough for whatever room floor, and if I have extra, then great, fine, wonderful, swell, dandy. And also I was still kind of looking around just to make sure, and I like went through a whole stack of sticker sheets on a peg hanging up, and at the very back I came across these. So I got 4 of these, and I wish they had 6 and I left 2 behind, and now I wish I had gotten the extra ones. But I kind of felt like I was going overboard with buying these 6 packs plus the 3 other ones. But these, I'm thinking these would make awesome, like, whatchamacallit, it's like plaster pieces, you know, like something like, especially for ceilings. I want to do like some fancy ceilings. Oh my gosh, this cat, come here, Dominoes, come here. Sit. He knows better. He knows better, but he's getting into everything right now. I don't know what it, like Tukey has this problem too. Like when I turn the camera on and she's around, she just starts going and getting into everything. And his one brother, like one of his brothers is beside me behaving, and the other one jumped down and is at the door. Oh my goodness, it's nighttime, I'm struggling. But anyway, so I'm thinking like these would make me like mainly for like neat decor pieces for the ceiling, which I was going to, I saw a technique where people, or somebody, I've seen multiple people do this, but take paper towels and get like a little mold. I think you can buy like little molds for, I guess, like wall art that you can put like plaster or clay in and make these little decorative pieces. So somebody, I remember one person in particular had a specific type of mold, which I think you can find at places like Walmart, maybe. I know that they used to have them at Walmart once upon a time. But basically, like, I guess they took like a concoction of like paper towel dipped in like a glue mixture and put it into the mold so that like it would harden and dry in that little decorative state, and then they like glued it on top of their ceiling. I guess it's like a medallion is what they call it, but I was thinking these would be neat to paint white or, you know, whatever color. But I think I'm going to go with white in my dollhouse, or at least one of my dollhouses for the ceiling for sure. I'm thinking like these pieces right here. So since I got 4, like do them kind of like at the 4 corners kind of the ceiling. And that some of these others would make neat little pieces for the wall. Like molding pieces for the wall. I'm thinking like this is mainly more so for my, so the dollhouse I'm working on right now is going to be like a steampunk time traveler theme. It sounds kind of, I don't know, I don't even know, like I don't even know if that's the direction I'm really going to go, but right now that's what I'm thinking. I've got like this kind of idea in my head. Stop biting your brother. Cat that was behaving is now biting the other cat. But yeah, that's kind of like the theme, the one that I'm currently working on. And then I've got like this clear vision of my second dollhouse, which is going to be like a, I guess like Southern Gothic / vampire dollhouse. Like I was saying vampire, but we're just kind of gonna throw the Southern Gothic thing in there just to be like, this is not a Twilight house. Just want to clarify, this has nothing to do with Twilight. But yeah, just kind of throw that out there. So I've got like a clear vision, and this is kind of lining up with that vision. Then my third one is a farmhouse, and I'm kind of like, don't have a clear vision on that yet, but the style, like the exterior of it, is a farmhouse. And then the fourth one is one that I've got more of clear vision on, and that's going to be my Great Gatsby house. So again, these will come into play with that as well, which I'll probably need more of these for sure, to fulfill that idea in my head that I have. So that was a very long explanation about some stickers, because those are stickers. And then I got these artificial nails. For various reasons. That may be like a future video, just to like play around and do nail art with, is basically what they're for, or what I'm going to use them for. You know, I don't really wear fake nails myself, but I like to do little nail art and whatnot. I haven't done any in a very long time. Oh my gosh, these cats are misbehaving. And I saw these, I guess they were kind of with like the floral arrangement type of stuff. They're just these little decorative diamond, like base filler things that are iridescent diamond things. And so I was thinking those would be fun for Dollhouse. Is it even showing up as iridescent? It just kind of looks like it's a pearly white there. But again, for the Dollhouse as like decorative pieces. And I'm thinking primarily for the vampire house. Like again, I've got this clear vision for my vampire house. And since we're talking about the vampire house still, I came across these while looking at the Halloween section. And they're just I got 2 packs of these little 20 mini lights, purple mini lights. Vampires, I mean. And also I bought something on eBay. I won't go into details about it. I've got a whole long explanation about it. I'm not going to go into details, but this might help with using that. And then I also saw these, and they're just the little bat LED lights. And I will say that I was watching somebody on Facebook posted in one of the Dollhouse groups, like her dollhouse, the way she currently has it. And it's kind of like a haunted dollhouse. And she had, like, going across the upstairs room of her dollhouse, she had little mini ghost lights like this that she had gotten at Dollar Tree. I was like, oh, those are kind of fun. So I was looking for those, but my Dollar Tree, like, the display, they had a little display. Can't think of it. It's just, like, basically a cardboard display, I guess you could say. And it had 3 different styles. It had the bats, it had the pumpkin, and it had skulls. So I felt like bats would be the most appropriate. I don't really care about the pumpkin decorations like that. I'm just not like a huge Halloween person, and that goes into like a whole backstory, a really deep, dark backstory. But yeah, so I just felt like these would be fun for the vampire house. And she also, in her video, I think it was the same person, had like, she said that she got her little ghost lights from Dollar Tree, which that might have been like from a previous year, because you know they'll put out the same type of thing each year, but they'll change up the style of it. But she also had like one of those little disco lights, one of those little battery disco lights that's, you know, like the dome, the molded plastic dome. But hers like projected ghosts like on all around, so it was like a little ghost light show thing. And she said she got that at Dollar Tree, so I was looking for that in mine today, but I didn't see it. They had purple light bulbs though that looked like black light bulbs, but I've got a feeling that they probably don't have the same effect as a black light. I kind of wish I had gotten a couple of those too, but maybe another time. So and then also on the Halloween section, I found, like, the display said Halloween tree. And it's this. It's just this glittery pine tree, like a Christmas tree. But even the tag on here says Halloween tree on it. So, I don't, are y'all seeing that? Is my face, like, blurring it out? So anyway, I've been wanting, like, I've been thinking, like, when the time comes around Christmas time, I'm going to start buying, like, some Christmas-themed dollhouse items, because even though I'm not big into, like, decorating in general for myself, I'm just saying it'd be fun to have, like, some different holiday decor for my dollhouses in the future. And every year you see, like, people getting these little Christmas trees for really cheap. They sell, like, oh my gosh, this cat just dove off the bed. They sell like Dollhouse specific Christmas trees, but they're more than $1.25 usually. And sometimes you can find, like, after Christmas when everything's marked down really cheap, sometimes you can find them in decor at like the different craft stores. But I just went ahead and got it. This is a pretty good sized tree too. So this might be for the Gatsby house one day, but I thought it was nice. And so I'm still confused, like, other than the fact that it's green like a basic Christmas tree, why they call it a Halloween tree. Like, it's glittery. I don't know. If it was orange, I would understand, but to me it's just a glittery Christmas tree. And also, since that's the same bag, uh-oh. I'm gonna have to keep that by itself because it's kind of fragile. I got this Suavitel. Probably said that really wrong, but I'm assuming this is fabric softener. It says fabric conditioner, but it is morning sun scented, and I got this because just like everybody else in the world right now, I'm in my whole little Barbie mania kick. These cats are driving me nuts right now. Okay, so, you know, Barbie mania, even though the movie's been out for over a month now, it's still going on, and I'm seeing a lot of video, like it started out with a few videos that came across as recommended on my YouTube, and now of course now everything is like Barbie related on my YouTube because I watched a couple of videos and it's just kind of grown from there. But where people have like going out and, you know, going through like old Barbie dolls and kind of like restoring them, but I don't feel like that's the right word, but maybe it is. Anyway, and so there's a whole thing, there's like the people who use conditioner to like restore their hair, and then there's other people who use fabric softener to restore their hair, since their hair is closer to a synthetic fabric than a natural hair fiber. I can't talk. My throat. This is getting worse. So anyway, I've been finding my old Barbies upstairs, and here's the horrible thing, because our upstairs gets really hot in the summertime and really cold in the wintertime. They've been through a lot over the years up there, and they're really old. I shouldn't say really old because that means I'm really old, but they're all like, my Barbies, I think they really date back to 1988, but I wasn't allowed to have a Barbie, and this is a whole other story, but I wasn't really allowed to have my own Barbie until I was about 5, which would have been 19. Well, it would have been at the very end of the 80s decade, let's put it that way. Easy math, just say, you know, but at the, pretty much right before the year became 1990 was when I was allowed to have my own Barbie doll. Now I'll try to avoid going into a whole long story, but oh my gosh, it's bad. It had a really bad result, but my mom had the very first Barbie as a child, like, well, anyway, she had the very first Barbie, and I was allowed to, it stayed at my grandmother's house, and I was allowed to play with that whenever I wanted to, which was a big mistake on her part, and I still have the doll today, but that's all we're going to say about that. So, yeah, so all my Barbies are like, go back to that, just back to the 90s, okay? Though I've noticed in my little research that some of them date back to 1988, even though I did not own them in 1988. But they must have still been on the store shelves, like, for years to have, yeah, anyway, whatever. So, yeah, a lot of them have been through some stuff upstairs. Like, most of them are all together, but I noticed when I found them, some of their arms were snapping off. Just snap. I was like, what? First I started out, I found my Skipper was headless, and I was like, I don't remember her. Like, there's maybe 2 Barbies I've had out of like 100 that have lost their heads, but I was like, I don't remember her losing her head. And I was like, huh. I was like, maybe she did and I just forgot. And then I started noticing, like, one of my Barbies was missing an arm. I was like, oh, this is strange. And another one was missing a leg. I'm like, what? And then I noticed one of my other ones, I think it might have been, well, I can't remember. I want to say it's the Gymnast Barbie, or it was Moving Groovin' Barbie. I think it was the Gymnast Barbie. That her arms had snapped off, like, right in here on both arms. I was like, what is going on? So I just assumed that it's the changes of the temperature and the conditions up there. And a lot of them have, like, what looks like black mold, but there's nothing moldy up there. Hold on. So of all the things that could be, like, there's tons of stuff up in my attic and nothing is moldy except for these dolls look like they have mold on their legs and some of their clothing. And so I don't know what the deal is with that. But basically, they're still up in the attic. My plan is to get I need to get another storage container thing. But bringing them down a few at a time and kind of clean them up and try to fix them up if I can. And so that's where this comes into play. All that just to describe why I bought this, but that's just what I do here. Ooh, sorry, little tree. And so, what did I get? Oh. And finally from Dollar Tree, I just got 2 bags of this jasmine rice, which I believe I've already explained this in another video, probably my last Dollar Tree haul video, where, where I like to take, I'm not really a rice fan, but for some reason I've gotten into taking sriracha sauce, well, putting butter in first. Like, these are really easy to fix. You just put them in the microwave for 90 seconds, boom, they're done. So, I'll put butter in, like after I microwave it, put butter in with it, let it melt, and then I put sriracha sauce, and Slap Your Mama seasoning into it and like mix it. Oh, and then the little chili paste. Is it called chili? I never think. It's made by the same manufacturer as the sriracha sauce, but it comes in a little jar. And yeah, it's some kind of like chili paste. And so I'll add like that and mix it all up, and it's really good. Yeah. So it also, originally, my original plan was to go to the thrift store I used to work at. Which is funny because yesterday I went to the Kroger I used to work at, and I about nearly had an anxiety attack while in the store. But, so I was like, oh good grief. Like, I really wanted to go to the thrift store today. So, there's several thrift stores near where I live, but I was like, for some reason I just felt like I just wanted to go to the one that I used to work at. Because, again, the whole Barbie thing, I wanted to look for some old Barbies and see if I could find some old clothes and accessories. I found some newer Barbies, and I just wasn't feeling it. I also wanted to see if I could find some old, like, 80s or 90s toys, like, stuff that I remember from childhood, or things that looked like they were from the 80s. Just, yeah. But, no go there. But what I did, I was getting to the point to where, like, I was almost ready to go, and then I looked up, and I found, with, like, some of the, like, glassware and knick-knacky stuff, it really caught my eye, was this little set, because this little set, I saw the little miniature plates, which are perfect for the 112 dollhouse scale, which is the, like, the miniature dollhouse scale that I go by, the 112 size. Like, for example, Barbies are 1/6, and then there's, like, 1/12, and then there's those little calico critters, I think, are 1/16, so just to give an idea. But these are perfect. I saw these in the bag, but, let's see if I can block out my face. But I noticed that there's little broken pieces in the bag, and I was like, oh crud. Which is not surprising, given the location. Like, I imagine that everything, well, I'm sure everything was perfectly fine, because when I worked at the store, we wouldn't put out damaged stuff. It would just go in the garbage. Just willy-nilly, it would just go in the garbage. So, it had to be broken between the time it came out from the back and put onto the store. You know, like, somebody picked it up and just whatever. But anyway, I got to looking, and I thought that it was like, I thought there were several pieces broken, but when I got it home, I looked at it and was like, oh, it's really just one piece that has pieces broken off of it. So I can glue it back somehow, I'm sure. It probably won't turn out to be that neat, but whatever. But what's interesting, let's see if I can, I kind of rearranged it and put it back in the bag so it'd be a little bit safer. But what it is, I'm gonna go piece by piece here. No, I'm just drawing this out long. So you got this big plate, like, I say big, it's still a miniature plate, but it's, yeah. Anyway, you got that, and then you got these two little plates. And I got these 2 coffee mugs, which are little teacups really. But they are probably closer to Barbie scale, like the 1/6 scale. So it's kind of funny. I mean, they do, so like the plates really are like little tea saucers, but again, they're perfect size dinner plates for 1/12 scale. So these look like they're good Barbie scale. And then you got the little, like a sugar bowl with the little top. And then you got the little creamer. And the top on the creamer is kind of ill-fitting. Like, they have round openings, but the creamer top is kind of a little oblong. So, I don't know. It's just, you can tell it's a cheaply made set, but whatever. It's porcelain or ceramic. And then you got, like, I won't take the, like, the broken pieces are still in the bag, but here's what was broken. So it's just basically like the teapot itself. Like, this would have the little nozzle. Is that right? That doesn't sound right. I don't know, but anyway, I don't know. I know the technical name for it, but right now I'm not thinking straight. And then this side would be like the handle. The handle is broken in 2 separate pieces, but this is probably, again, more like a Barbie scale item right here. So I was happy I found that. Even like, it was $2. It was $1.99. No discounts on it, but that was fine because I was like, I don't care, just for like these and the little sugar bowl and tea or creamer alone, the little teacups, whatever. It was all a good price because, like, I have this thing for like miniature tea sets. I love miniature tea sets, or like even like not like tiny tea sets, but like even like the doll, I don't know, like American Girl doll size, which I think is, that might be 1/4 scale. Yeah, that's become like a thing that I'm starting to collect, or I've started collecting over the years, which like stems back to childhood too. And I had a really nice little porcelain tea set. I can't remember the history of it. I just remember it was either one of my grandmother's sisters, or maybe sister-in-law, or else my grandfather's sisters or sister-in-law. You know, it's either sister or a sister-in-law from one side of the family. Had a little tea set for my grandmother, and I think they meant for it to be given to me. Like, they gave it to her to give to me. And so it stayed in great condition over the years, until I had it sitting on a shelf or something. Like, it stayed in the same area for years and years, if not a decade or so. But then Tukey, good old Tukey, at some point she it off the shelf, and I found it on the floor, and a couple of pieces in it were broken. But then while I was working at Burlington, I noticed one time we had like these little porcelain tea sets, the same like size, and these like boxes like out in the toy section. Well, I only found one at that time. I was like, what is this? But it looked like the print on it didn't, like, it was really badly done. And I was like, oh, like, never mind. And then at some point later on, I saw several of them come in, and I found one that I really liked the print on it, and so I bought it. So I was like, okay, cool, I've got like my replacement for my original. I still have my original. I was like, it's nice to have a replacement. And then over the past year from Hobby Lobby, I bought the same miniature doll tea set like twice. It's the first time I paid like $20 for it. I was like, oh, cool. And then I saw that recently the price had dropped down to $17, and I was like, well, I've got multiple Dollhouses, let me just buy another one, okay? So I can't help myself. So now I got even more for another Dollhouse. But anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna wrap up my long video here because my throat is like right now. So I hope everybody's doing well, and thank you for watching.